Hello.
Hello,
Good afternoon. So this is Ron calling from the corporate offices with LG USA. How are you doing?
I'm doing okay. How are you?
I'm well, thank you. So reason for the call, I was actually passed your file by my social media team. I understand you had reached out to them with a complaint.
Yes, that's true. I purchased a LG Gram, I believe it's 16 laptop earlier this year, and there's a defect with the keyboard.
Mm-hmm.
I submitted a request to have the device repaired on September 29th, and as of this morning, when I checked in with your customer support, there's still an indefinite delay on a part to repair the keyboard and return it to me. So
Oh, gosh.
it's going to be the better part of at least 1 month for my laptop to be repaired. I've since had to go out and buy a new laptop from a different manufacturer because this delay is unacceptable. And as someone who buys a huge amount of equipment for high-tech companies, I'm a COO of a company. I I can't have any faith in LG anymore. That's unacceptable that a keyboard repair is going to take over a month to complete. I've never heard of such an issue with any other major manufacturer.
Gosh. First of all, I'm really sorry to hear that, sir. Can I ask, first of all, let me get some information here and let me see if I can help. When did you originally purchase the laptop?
It was in January of this year.
It was purchased in January of this year. And what was the defect? And when did you first notice it?
The keys on the left-hand side, the WESEXC, started registering strokes intermittently, and it made using the laptop impossible. And it just got worse over time. Over the course of a number of days or a week, I contacted support in late September, and here we are today, no laptop.
Hmm. Okay, I'm just actually reading through the engineer's notes here. So, how long has the laptop been with us for repair?
I don't know. I sent it in, so after a day or two after I got the details, so it's been there early October.
Got you, got you. Yeah, I'm just sort of getting up to speed with this situation, but I am going through the engineer's report here from the person who initially took charge of the case. What you failed to mention, sir, is there was some damage to the keyboard on the laptop. Has that been made clear to you via email or something like that? Have they sent you the engineer's report?
I have not received any information. I've called support 3 or 4 times.
Hmm.
No one's ever told me this. And
Well,
I
the
can say
report that I've got here is
again,
that there was liquid damage to the left-hand side of the keyboard. It was actually, I'm just going to tell you what was in the report here, but the report says that there was a mixture of bodily fluids covering the left-hand side of the keyboard, and that's why the left-hand side had intermittently started to fail.
bodily fluids.
Yes, correct. There was a lot
Is
of
that a joke?
No, sir. There was a lot of male residue on the actual keyboard itself.
That's preposterous
And all,
insulting, in fact. That's ridiculous. This is a laptop I use for business every day.
well, look, sir, it is absolutely none of my business what you use the laptop for. My only concern is that obviously you jizzing on the laptop is not a manufacturing defect, as it were. Do you understand what I mean?
First of all, I completely reject the assertion. I don't do that sort of activity.
Oh,
It
come
certainly
on,
wasn't.
sir, don't. I'm sorry, but everybody does, sir. It's medically unhealthy not to. You know that. You actually decrease your chance of getting testicular and other forms of cancer if you ejaculate at least 4 times a week, I believe it is, or something like that. And now I know you're lying to me. That's the thing, sir. Now I know you're lying to me. You're like, I don't do that at all. And I know that's not true. So, I mean, come on, sir. Just admit that you got a little... You got a little jizz on the... We get this, to be honest, sir, we get this all the time. I'd recommend if you are going to have this concern in the future, maybe get an iPad or any of the new model iPhones that are actually waterproof, and you can look at that kind of stuff on there now. And you won't have this problem. You rinse them off afterwards if they get sticky. Whereas the laptop keyboard, it is just not splash proof at all. Are you with me?
I'm just astonished by your assertions.
I'm not making any assertions.
You called me up to insult me and to tell me make assertions based on a comment by some party who can't answer for their comments.
Sir, if you want to completely deny that this is your fluid, we can run a paternity test on the laptop, but then you will be liable for all the paternity test and all the administration costs. But we can do that if you want to play this game of pretending it's not your jizz.
I'm literally speechless. So what is the purpose of this call then? To tell me that this has occurred?
Well, no, it was just... It was
get the laptop back.
It was just to make you fully aware that, unfortunately, because you have spunked all over your keyboard, we are going to have to wait a little bit for the parts to come in. We just appreciate if you'd ease off on the stuff on social media. I know that's why you're an important CEO, and that's why you have 10 followers now on social media, and we don't want you telling them all about your experience here with LG because it just makes the company look bad. That's 10 other people that may not buy our products after reading your tweets. I don't mean that in an insulting way. I haven't made this call just to say that you're a wanker with no followers. That's not the purpose at all. I don't want you to get that end of the stick. I realize it did sound like a little bit like I'm trying to insinuate that you're a guy that sits at home jerking off onto his crappy LG laptop and talking to nobody on social media. And that is not my intention at all here, okay? But what I will do is I will try and expedite the process.
I will tell you that this is very upsetting. I'm free to speak to people any way you like. I've never had a professional conversation like this. You insulted me multiple times.
Can you do me a
prerogative?
Can you do me? I didn't mean to insult you, not at all. I'm trying to explain to you it was not meant as an insult. That's why I said that last part there. I just wanted to get the clarification going on. I tell you what, I'll do you a little deal.
This is a really upsetting conversation.
I will do you a deal. Listen, Richard, Dick, calm down. I will make you a deal, okay? If you do one thing for me, I will expedite the repair of your laptop and there'll be no extra charges. How about that? All I want you to do is say, "Quoth the raven, nevermore," in that voice of yours. And then I'll do it, okay? Come on.
I don't follow you.
It's Halloween, and I want some Edgar Allan Poe out of you, and then I'll speed up the laptop, okay, you spooky-sounding motherfucker, you. Just say, "Quoth the raven, nevermore." Have you never read any Edgar Allan Poe? Because you're missing out, And with that voice of yours...
I did my PhD at Oxford. Yes, I'm very familiar with Edgar Allan Poe.
So can you just say, "Quoth the raven, nevermore" for me in that voice? For Halloween.
Sir, you just insulted me. You called me some type of wanker. I think you said a fucking wanker.
I did a little bit, yeah, and I realized on reflection...
I'm shocked by this, by your behavior. That's wow. You want me to say, "Quote the raven, nevermore"?
Ha! You just did. Sound by that, somebody.
I really don't understand this.
Now
this line is speaking. Could I get your full name, please, and your
title? My full name?
Well, I'd like to have that on record, this conversation that we had, because it's pretty upsetting.
My full name is Ronald Xavius King Charles Hercules Blackman IV. And that's genuine. Before you start some shit about my name. Do you want to speak to my supervisor? I get the feeling you're just generally unhappy with this interaction you've had today. And I don't want you to leave here feeling like that, because I am going to get your laptop fixed. Once we clean 3 million of your undeveloped children off the keyboard, we'll return it to you straight away, okay?
Ronald.
Uh-huh.
Speechless by the way you're speaking to someone in such a cavalier way. I've attempted to be polite this whole conversation, and
you say that like you're a serial killer seething with rage. I attempted to be polite. I don't want the others to suspect what I do at night. Come on now, you sound creepy with that voice. I can't help.
Bye now.
No, don't. No. Look. Do you want to speak to my supervisor? No. I know you're upset, sir. Do you want to speak to my supervisor? She'll help you. She's good people, all right. She'll talk you down. Do you want to speak to the supervisor?
No, Ronald, I don't
Dick.
want to speak to anyone.
Dick.
I'm going to say goodbye now.
No.
Wish you the best. Goodbye.
Dick the Raven. There he goes.